Hey everybody, it's Brody here with the Art of Getting Deals. I'm on here with Jason Roberts and Mike Patelli. Um, Wanted to have this conference with you guys so that you could see how important marketing is in any real estate segment, whether you're a realtor, an investor, whatever you are. And Mike is actually a realtor and has been getting some listings, not to mention investment deals. So we wanted to have this so you could see that there's way more to this than just a few wholesale flips every now and then. So, Jason, I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce Mike and go from there.
All right, sounds good. Mike, I think we've known each other, maybe 3 years now?
3 or 4 years now. Yeah,
And
we done a few deals in the meantime.
we've done some flips. But recently we did a marketing campaign specifically geared towards wholesale deals and listings. And so I thought um, it might be best just coming from you as to what your results were and how you kind of feel like the process and the system that we use worked for you.
Well, when you first brought it up to me, I kind of felt 100% confident with you guys because I know every time I kind of been working with you, it's always been a positive result on the end. But no, I've had 3 leads so far from the mailer.
We just did those, right? We just did them last week.
I think they've been out a week, maybe.
Yeah.
And I've gotten 2 listings already on the first appointment that tallied over $625,000 in properties I have listed now. That was on one client, and he's got multiple properties that I'm probably going to list down the road and probably get sold too. And that was on 3 leads. And the second lead, I think, would have been a listing too. It's just I think they may have got that mailer maybe a day before ours went out or something like that. It wasn't due to anything on our part. The call center went in there and she nailed it, Janie. And then I just took it from there and walked in, and basically it was a warm lead. He was warmed up. He loved her. He loved our mailer. He's had 100 mailers that have been sent to him, but for some reason ours stuck out. And then obviously when he got on the call, it was converted. And then 2 days later, I'm in there signing the papers for 600 grand of listings. I mean, how easier does that get for somebody?
Man, so I know you don't listen to the call center and all that other stuff, but basically that is the third party system that we use. So instead of you walking in there, hey, knocking on the door, I'm Mike and I want to list your house, the call center handles that stuff. We basically scrub that lead and try to figure out whether they're a realtor lead or a wholesale lead. From our end, it doesn't matter. Well, from your end, it doesn't matter whether it's a listing or a wholesale deal. Obviously, we need wholesale deals in order to make money. But from your end, you got $600,000 of listings. How much do you think that'll pay you when they sell?
I mean, if I just sell them, if I sell with another co-broker, I'll at least get 20 grand. If I sell them myself, I'll get 40. If I don't split the commission 3 and 3, but at 6%, that's almost $40,000 of total.
So what? I mean,
one lead.
What about the system don't you like or didn't you like?
Your system?
Yeah, I mean, what is there anything that you would change?
Right now, no, I don't think so. Everything has ran smooth so far. I mean, Janie's hopped on it. I've hopped on it. Jason, you've hopped on it. We've all been on the board there. And then, to get 2 listings on 3 leads, I mean, you can't get a better conversion rate than that. I'm spending almost $2,000 a month on Zillow. And I think I've gotten 3 listings in the past 6 months that I've been spending that a month. So.
Oh man, so you're in that for 12 grand?
Right, and that's just
got 3 listings.
All right, and I got 3 leads and got 2 listings, and I know I would have had a 3rd listing if we got that 3rd one maybe a day before.
We sent it too late. You're saying?
Yeah, we've already sold that house too. I saw it. It's been on MLS, and they sold that one. So every lead is hot. I'm getting on these mailers, and obviously with the call centers, it's making it.
Right.
I just walked in there. It was the easiest listing I've gotten. Put it that way.
Well, and so just so everybody understands, I mean, the call center's job is to scrub out the bad ones so you don't waste time and figure out whether or not they're going to be a potential client, whether it's a wholesale deal or a a realtor listing, you know, that's their job. So that's why when you get one of those leads, they're prepped and they're ready. Now,
Right. It's a warm
not
lead.
always, we're not going to get all of them. I mean, that's not realistic, but you're the latest realtor that has done this with us. And so I wanted just to get your opinion on it.
Yeah, it's been a week, and 600 grand of listings will speak for itself right there. And not to mention that my one client right there, he's got a bunch of other properties that he's already, in that pipeline down the road. He doesn't want to sell them now, but maybe.
So you've got that relationship with him.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Um,
He's got a bunch of property, and he's ready to unload.
Didn't I read somewhere we have a potential wholesale deal in there too, or something about a $54,000 house?
We're working on one right now on the third lead. The third lead that we got, that's the one we could possibly have a wholesale deal with on that one. If we could pick it up in the 50s, I think we could wholesale it in the 70s. That would be a nice deal. We can get that one. But yeah, we're in the process of working on that too. So we got that in the pipeline. I got 2 listed. And then the third one, I think we're a day late. I think we would have had that one too. So not bad conversion rate when you're talking about leads. I know a bunch of other realtors, man, they waste money on realtor.com, Trulia, Zillow, like I'm doing. I think I'm going to weed off of that now, obviously getting the success that I'm getting on with you guys. It's obviously working better than those other websites right now.
I got a question for you. I used to be a realtor years ago, and this was before the major online presence of Zillow and realtor.com. I mean, they were out, but they weren't marketing the way they were now. Let's put it that way. And so there in my day, you would basically find expired listings, and you'd go through and call the people and try and get listings. You would, you went through this process to try and get listings. So you weren't really cold calling because these people were trying to sell their properties and you knew it, but you were kind of cold calling because they didn't know who you were. And they've already dealt with realtors that were unsuccessful. So they already had a bad taste in their mouth.
Right.
So now that versus our system, and you walked in there, give me apples to apples comparison, or apples to oranges, I guess, because I don't even think it compares.
I've done that too. I bought the lists and I've sat here, dialed and got hung up on, blah, blah, blah. I've had zero success with that. I've got out of it. It was cheaper than obviously buying leads or buying the list, but you're going to sit here and you're going to waste your time, I think, because they're getting 5 realtors before they get you. So they're sick of hearing that. So it's a bad lead. And then with you guys, you're walking into a warm lead and maybe less on the lead volume, but a higher quality of lead. Okay. Instead of sitting here wasting all your day calling a bunch of BS, leads that aren't, they've already told no to 5 other realtors before. Instead of walking into a warm lead that Janie and the call center have already kind of, put at ease that we're the third party coming in, and it makes them feel, I think, a lot more comfortable than just some realtor on the phone calling up, hey, your house expired. Oh, I want to list it the next day.
Yeah. So that 3 hours that you would have wasted with the other way of doing it, and maybe gotten one listing, maybe not, you can spend time doing other things that are actually making you money.
Exactly. Right? Yep. Getting a wholesale deal, obviously, or
selling a house.
Right, because I can take my time I'm dealing with other things and have the call center, they're, on the back end being, on the leads, because they're obviously communicating with the leads back and forth. And then when they're ready to go, then they hand them off to me and it's done. And we haven't wasted any time, really. I've actually maximized my time to get more done in the meantime.
Right.
My income in production is going to go skyrocket with this.
I think it's almost like compound interest in a way.
Right. Exactly.
Because you don't spend all your time wasting it on trying to go get a listing when you can walk in, get a listing quick, and now all that 3, 4, 5, 6 hours or a whole day wasting trying to get a listing, you can go do other things that are going to make you money. It's like compound interest. I mean, it'll just keep multiplying over time.
Exactly. Yeah, I had to go through every which way to figure out what didn't work and what did work. Obviously, I figured out that didn't work. And I've been getting in with you guys now. I'm seeing like that obviously is working, and it's obviously, I think going to take off and only get better from here. This is
I've got one. The one thing that sticks out to me is the fact that you said that this guy got 50 mailers and he picked up ours. And you know why? Because we're not doing the same thing that every other guru student is doing.
Right.
Yeah, the yellow letter campaign thing is 3 years old.
Right. And that's a whole other thing too on the mailer thing. I didn't do anything. I just paid, obviously I bought into the system. I knew it was going to work from the day Jason and I talked about it. I was 100% confident, but I didn't waste my time either doing any mailers, doing any postings, getting the whole list, writing the addresses. That's all, that's all time I didn't have to put in to get any of these listings so far either. That's huge. That is huge. That's a lot of time that I could have had to pay somebody or do it myself and take out of my day and my time of obviously finding a deal on the side or a wholesale deal or getting another listing like that. I didn't have to waste my time doing any of that paperwork or anything like that, which was huge and a big help, I think.
That's awesome, man. Well, good.
Took care of everything and it was all done. And basically my phone just rang and I got, almost 700 grand listings in a day.
That's
a few hours worth of time for, not even that really, a couple hours probably.
Just walk in.
It's important to note that this is a 17-year project.
Right.
I mean, we didn't just make this up. We've been using it for a very, very long time. But
no, it works. That's why I felt comfortable with you guys. Obviously.
Right. And you're in a very, very competitive market.
Oh, it's the big leagues down here. Yeah, yes. It's no joke. There's no joke. We're not the only ones doing mailers. I get it.
You're in South Florida.
Yeah, South Florida is the major leagues of real estate right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You got South Florida, you got California, Phoenix, Arizona. Those are the areas where it's just,
right.
Everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah, most people here get out of this market because it's so competitive and go somewhere else where no one's playing ball. Right. It's easier to get deals, but obviously something's working here. We're sticking out not only with the current market, but we're sticking out compared to everybody else that's mailing. Everyone's marketing to the same people, and obviously our letters are sticking out compared to other people because when I went in there, it was my first client with you guys that I've gotten, my first lead actually. So I was like, just what stuck out from our mailer to other mailers, because I wanted to know, obviously I'm spending money with you guys. I wanted to see what the client's feedback was. And that was the best feedback I could actually get from somebody, was that he's gotten hundreds of mailers and hundreds of, flyers, but ours stuck out. Not only did he call us, but then Janie at the call center converted him to get me in front. It was just 100% smooth deal. Smooth. I couldn't ask for anything more.
That's awesome. Congratulations, man. That's really cool to hear. Glad.
Hey, one more question, if that's okay, Brody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mike, now you and I have been talking a long time about obviously the investment side of the business. How do you think this whole system is going to work when the market corrects / tanks?
I think it's only going to get better. I think it's going to be like on steroids then, to be honest. I think we're going to be able to just take over. I think we're going to get a lot more wholesale and a lot more flip deals and I think we're going to get a lot bigger spread on the deal because we're going to be in front of the owner directly. We're not going to have the realtor involved on a listing on the MLS where it gets way too complicated and they kind of lose sight of the deal. We're going to be able to get in front of the owner, and I think we're going to be in control then to get a lot more deals.
And subject to deals too, that we can grab stuff subject to with 3 and 4% interest on the mortgages. That's going to be huge.
That's another thing too, by us getting in front of the seller. I think that gets lost with another realtor involved if it's listed in MLS too. And obviously once you bring it to MLS, everybody sees it then. And, but I think that's going to open more doors with our marketing. And the call I think the call center is huge right now. The way they're handling those leads, and she's working quick. We're working quick, and she's obviously very good at communicating with them. And she's,
I think most people don't understand the importance of a third party system like that, because there are no barriers at that point. It's somebody else talking to them that doesn't care whether you're going to list it or buy it.
Exactly.
And that's the secret sauce is that I don't care what you do.
Exactly.
I want to do whatever's best for you, and you tell me what's best for you, and I'll find somebody to do it for you. And so, Mike's got two different hats he's wearing, and he can walk right in there as our investor, basically. Because you got different rules you got to apply as a realtor, as a licensed realtor.
Right.
So you have to, if you're going in there with your investor hat on and they ask you what fair market value is, you can't lie to them. You got to tell them.
Right. And that's the point is I'm not going to shy away from a listing. I would rather have a wholesale deal and make the money faster. But, if a listing is there to take and there's a seller right now that they're not, at that point, then obviously I'll always want listings. Listings are the name of the game because I get 2 listings. I know I'm getting buyers on the other end. So my business, like you were talking about with that, the water and the flow is moving with my listings. I'm getting buyers every day. Obviously I got a seller there. So it's, I'm feeding my business with that, with as many listings as I can take.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's just like I always said, it's the marketing is the well that's going to pump the water through your pipes. And it don't matter if you're a realtor or if you're a investor, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's still water has to go through your pipes to come out of the faucet and into your bank account, water being money, of course. And if you don't do it, good luck.
Right. If you don't get listings as a broker, your business is going to.
Yes, exactly.
It's the name of the game. And then this whole other thing too, when those calls are coming in, I don't have to worry about picking up my phone either. I got a million other calls coming in from other houses I'm trying to sell, or trying to get a wholesale deal on the side, or a flip deal, or a contractor. Janie's handling the calls. The call center is handling the calls, which is huge for me. I don't miss a lead that comes in too, because someone could call in one time off a mailer and we don't pick up that phone, we missed that lead. So, and that's another thing too that I don't have to worry about, which is huge.
Yeah, that would have cost you 20 grand right there.
If I didn't pick up that call, because I was showing somebody a house that they didn't buy or whatever, I wasted my time that day. But she handled that call, I really did, and I'm working all the time, really. So if she's handling it, or if I'm handling something else, it's I don't know. I just can't explain how happy I am so far with this.
That's awesome, man. Well, good. Obviously, we're happy about that.
Yeah, that was great. Well, Mike, congratulations. Looking forward to a bright future ahead for sure. And Jason, you got anything else?
I don't think so, Mike. I really appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for joining us and telling the truth. We always like that. Everybody, thanks for joining us. It's www.artofgettingdeals.com for more info. If you're interested, just give us a shout and we will try and schedule a call with you. And thanks for joining us today. Y'all have a blessed day. See ya.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Jason. Bye.